This is kind of a cool question. This lifter says that he's getting ready to go to Raw Nationals. It's going to be his first national level meet, only his third ever full competition. And he said he's wondering if I have any advice for going into these sorts of meets. Yeah, I do. One of the things at the top of the list, and this is kind of in no particular order, but one important thing to think about is having a coach there with you at the competition, somebody to kind of walk you through the whole experience, a coach that knows what's going on. National level meets are big meets, especially this year's Raw Nationals is going to be, seems just as big as last year's. So it's going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of people moving around. It's going to take up a significant space. So, I mean, little things like while you're warming up, you want to time your warm-ups appropriately. So it's very helpful to have somebody who can maybe run to another room and find out where you are in the flight order and where the flight ahead of you is in their order so that you can time your warm-ups properly. Things like that are really useful. Having somebody that can, if you forgot a wrist wrap, that can run back to the warm-up room and grab a wrist wrap for you. Little things will reduce your stress level to a great degree, and it'll help you have a better experience and a better performance. Other things to think about, if you've got a time zone change at a national level, it shouldn't be a big problem. We're talking a couple hours at most, but if you're lifting early in the morning or late at night, it could throw you off a little bit. So try to adjust your sleep ahead of time. If you are able to adjust your training time as well, even better. Beyond that, it's just a bigger version of what you've already experienced. A lot of these competitions do a pretty good job of keeping the same. It's the same rules, especially rules of performance are all the same. It's just expanded. So you'll see things like probably a platform controller who's making sure that you have one coach in the backstage area with you so that it doesn't get overcrowded, or somebody that's making sure that your coach has a wristband to come back to the warm-up room. Things like that you may not see at a local level, but they're present at a national level just to help everyone's experience. So there's going to be things like that maybe you haven't seen before or something. It's not a big deal. The process of the competition itself is going to be very familiar to you at this point. It should be something that's the same. We still squat first, bench second, and deadlift third. The pace of the meet is probably going to be quicker than what you're used to. A lot of times at local level meets, the meet drags on all day. You start your squats in the morning, you finish your pulls in the late afternoon. That's not typically how it flows at national competitions. You will probably be on a platform with one or maybe two other flights. So I would expect that within 2 or 3 hours from the time that you start squatting, you'll be finished completely. So don't expect it to drag on all day. Make sure that you're bringing some food and something to drink with you for post weigh-in. But I mean, other than that, that's all stuff that you're probably familiar with anyway. You still weigh in at a local meet. You still do all these things at a local meet as well. So, yeah, it's going to be familiar, just expanded on a larger scale. So hopefully there's something here that gives you a little bit of a heads up, or even just a warm fuzzy that things are going to be fine. But having a coach is probably the biggest thing. And since you're in guided programming, you're definitely welcome to join our team and be a part of all that, and we can help guide you through this stuff as well. So let me know if you have any additional questions.